Morning. It's Wednesday, and we are here to talk about some scripture. Sorry, I had a cup of coffee. Bear with me. Okay, today we are talking about Matthew 25, 14 through 30, and this is the parable of the talents. And I think this one is apropos for this day and age. In this day and age. All right, I'm going to read it, and then I will give you what I think we're being called to do here, okay? All right. Again, it will be like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted his wealth to them. Bags of gold, to another 2 bags, and to another 1 bag, and each according to his ability. Then he went on his journey. The man who had received 5 bags of gold went at once and put his money to work and gained 5 bags more. So also the one with 2 bags of gold gained 2 more. But the one who had received 1 bag went off, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. Tisk, tisk. When I first read that a long time ago, I was like, oh, that guy did a smart thing, right? Oops. Okay. After a long time, the master of those servants returned and settled accounts with them. The man who had received 5 bags of gold brought the other 5. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 5 bags of gold. See, I have gained 5 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. The man with 2 bags of gold also came. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 2 bags of gold. See, I have gained 2 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. Then the man who had received 1 bag of gold came. Master, he said, I knew that you are a hard man, harvesting where you have not sown and gathering where you have not scattered seed. So I was afraid and went out and hid your gold in the ground. See, here is what belongs to you. His master replied, you wicked, lazy servant. So it'd be funny to say that to somebody. Okay. So you knew that I harvest where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed. Well, then you should have put my money on deposit with the bankers. So then when I returned, I would have received it back with interest. So take the bag of gold from him and give it to the one who has 10 bags. For whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken away from them. And throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Ooh. Jesus, getting real. So, what does this tell you? In the end, we will be held accountable for the talents, the abilities, the skills that we have been blessed with. That's what I take from this, right? And it won't be a good thing if you say, hey, hold on, let me dig up my talent. It's all covered with dirt and mud. There it is, see? You probably don't want to do that. That would be a bad show, bad form, if you will. Is then how do we use everything? How do we even know what we have? I think you get a sensation every day for whether there's a longing, there's something missing. Now, some people will just say that's kind of idleness. We have idleness in our day, and so therefore our mind drifts. But I think our mind drifts to those places that we would prefer to be utilized in. Uh-oh, here comes my wife. Don't look at her. I guarded her. So those dreams are real. They're not just kind of like false, childish things that we should just, cover up with dirt as we get older. We should actually figure out a way. Are they still with us? Are they still living and breathing inside of us? And if they are, what do we do about it? What do we do about it? Because I think the longer we are in age and the longer we've been holding on to this dream that goes untouched, we grow resentful. We get bitter, we get upset, we get disenfranchised with our life. And it's tough. That makes things tough. It makes things kind of easy to give up on, to walk away from, just to deny it, that it ever existed. This is just a false dream. It doesn't make any sense. I should have never had it in the first place. And I think that's the enemy, right? That's the enemy of our mind. That's the enemy of the world. That's the enemy just forcing us away from our God-given dreams, because in those dreams are our hopes. in our hope when there is nothing, no reason to believe. That is God, right? Hey, no, that is what we cling to. And Paul says when we cling to hope, and that hope is powered by God, that will never disappoint. So the question is, how do we feel in our current season right now? Do we feel like we're leaving things on the table or buried in holes? And if the answer is yes, then think about it. Write down like what skills or abilities or talents or aspirations you have, and start thinking about what has to happen for some bit of that plan to be realized. And again, it doesn't mean that like all of a sudden you snap your finger and you're operating, and it doesn't work like that. That's not how God is. Remember, God works on biblical time. God works on his timing, because his timing is perfect, as we all well know. Yeah, well, not well know. So it may not be mature for you to walk in that gift or in that dream right this very second. However, if we don't give up on it and we keep plugging away, we keep taking those steps, we're prepared, we're ready, we're hopeful, we're in prayer about it, the time will become apparent, and we will move right into it, and it will blow everybody away. They'll be like, where did this come from? This seemed to come out of nowhere. That's right, it did. But we knew in our hearts that it was there all along. And we never gave up on it. We never walked away from it. We never got content in not having our dreams come to life. We never got content with that. But instead of getting bitter and upset, we actually put together some kind of thoughtful plan to bring it to life. That's what Christians do. That's what people who have talents do. Not all talents are ready for a particular season. It just doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. I have found that out the hard way all of my life. I thought at this point I'd be a successful writer. Not quite what's happened, but it's okay. I'm still writing, and I still feel some success about it. I've been doing it for, 17 years. 17 years. This dream has lived inside of me. I refuse to give it up. I refuse to get bitter about it. But I continue to work at it, to be prepared, to be in prayer, to be ready. Part of the problem is we have to be ready. These seasons change, and we're not ready for the seasonal change, and it kind of leaves us, and then we have to wait for it to come back again. So we don't want to do that. We want to be prepared. We want to be ready, and we want to be prayerful. And so with me and writing, it's like I keep writing. Obviously I send a devotional every day. That's writing. I've worked on some books. That's writing. I work on all sorts of things. Writing. I'm always writing. I'm always preparing. I'm always thinking about what would this look like if the time comes. So when the time comes, I don't have to say, hey, God, I really wish that I would have not given up on my writing. I'm not going to say that to him. I refuse to. So yes, is it something that I am fully realizing in this current season? No, definitely not. But I'm realizing my talent. I'm doing something with my talent. I'm investing in it. I'm like the master or the servant who took the 5 bags and made another 5. I'm making those bags. Nobody can see that except for me. I'm making them, and they will be cashed in one day. I believe that. And there's other talents too. There's other talents that we just have to continue to be on guard about and think about. And I feel like it's a dream inside of us. We see things about our lives. We feel things about our futures, and they're real. And it's like, what about that future isn't lining up now? That's the action that we have to start taking. Little bits here and there, being prepared, doing the work, thinking about how does that come into your life? It's not going to come into your life because it just comes into your life. It comes into your life because you start to meet God where his plan is. And again, his timing is perfect. He will reveal what he needs to reveal when he wants to reveal it. And that's hard for us to deal with. Believe me. Believe me, that is a tough one to swallow. Okay. However, God knows that if he unleashed it too soon, we'd ruin it. We'd kill it. We'd make a total mess of it. So he's better than that. He is the greatest. He gave us this dream in the first place. That's the thing. The dreams originated for him because we were bred in his image. He knew us in the womb. He formed us millions of years ago. He knows the exact thing of our lives before we've even seen it manifest. He knows it all. So he knows exactly what he created. He knows exactly what he created us to want to do and want to be. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in believing that some dream that you had when you were 7 years old could come to life. There's no shame in that. There's actually power in that. There's actually belief in that. There's faith in that. Have faith in that. Have faith in that. Don't choke that dream to death. Don't let the world tell you that it's going nowhere, to let go of it, to release it. That's when we get bitter. That's when we get upset. That's when our hearts get dark, when we give up on dreams. Because in essence, we gave up on God. And we put more stock in the enemy. We believe the enemy. You're right. You're right. That's why it happens. I'm telling you. Okay. So this is a really good parable again about like our talents and what are we doing with them. And yeah, the season may not be right there, but it's coming. And be ready for it. Be ready to explode into your gifting. Nobody else is. Nobody else sees it coming. I don't care. It's inside of you. You're like he does. They don't know how you're secretly drawn to all these things. No one knows this except for you. And don't bury it in the ground. Don't bury it in the ground. I implore you, do not bury any of your talents, gifts, or abilities in the ground. Don't do it. So think about it, write about it, talk about it, pray about it, work on it, whatever it is, just don't give up. Okay? All right. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Amen. In Jesus' name.